What is up, my guy? Oh my gosh, he's really moving. Look at him go. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Morgan and I am the maker behind LA Crochet, and if you're one of my fabulous returning crochet friends, then hey, welcome back. In today's video, as you can see, the LA Crochet studio is looking a little bit different, and that is because we are going to be doing a market prep that also kind of turned slightly into a market recap vlog. As you can see here, I'm all set up for my live market. I'm so excited to make all of these items with you guys. We'll get into everything that I made, how I made it, and then of course everything that sold at the end of the video. So I am someone that likes to do live virtual markets. It's basically when you do a live stream and then you're able to sell items in real time. You can also do auctions and things like that, and you can also do giveaways. Doing live virtual markets is something that I have done for a little bit over a year now, so I'm really excited to kind of take you guys along with me throughout the entire process. Before we get into it though, be sure that you like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more fun crochet related content in the future. A few announcements before we get started. My next pattern, the Brontosaurus dress up pattern, at the time that you guys are watching this video, is releasing in just a few days. So this little guy releases on Saturday, June 13th. Not only is this a built-in no-sew Brontosaurus pattern, but there are also 9 different cover variations that you can dress your Brontosaurus with. And you will see a lot more of this pattern in this video. They're so much fun. You can play dress up at your markets. They're just the perfect like interactive pattern. And like I said, there's 9 different variations. There's daisies, there's sunflowers, there's also fruits like apples and oranges and strawberries. So if you'd like to check out this pattern, the link to my Etsy shop is in the description. Like I said, it releases this Saturday, but if you love the concept of dress up items, you will see a lot of them in this video. I also have the snail, ladybug, and of course the 15-in-1 land turtle dress up pattern. And this pattern is currently being tested by my lovely Patreon friends. In case you did not know, I am on Patreon. That is where I do the majority of my pattern tests. We also have, of course, have finalized patterns. This month, the bonus event that we're doing is the plushie pageant. It's so much fun. Everybody gets to make and submit whatever plushie they want, and then everybody votes as a community. There's prizes. It's just so much fun. So if you love quirky little patterns, or you want more bonus content, or just to get involved with a super fun crochet community, the link to my Patreon is in the description below for you guys. But already, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I've been wanting to do another market for so long now. Unfortunately, in the month of May, I really didn't get a chance to. Things just got really crazy with like, I don't even know what happened. There was a trip and a wedding and like all of the patterns and things like that. So I didn't get the chance to do, originally I had scheduled to do my market, I think it was on like the 30th of the month, but I pushed it back another week so I would have time to do it. So my next market is going to be June 6th. So it's already passed at the time you guys are watching this video, but this is going to be another Palm Street live market. So I'm super excited. So I'm going to take you guys through. We're going to crochet a bunch of items together. We're going to prep everything. I'm going to show you all of my inventory and kind of like the plan that I am thinking for this market. I am particularly excited for this one because the theme of it's going to kind of be like dress up characters. So as you probably know, recently I have released the ladybug dress up pattern, the land turtle dress up pattern, the little snail dress up pattern, and most recently the one that is about to come out is the Brontosaurus dress up pattern. So the theme is going to be pretty much all of these dress up characters, and it's just going to be like a very fun live interactive market. I'm also wondering if I should bring in my table and kind of have that set up back here so everybody can see all of the different like shell variations for each plushie. Normally I don't do that, but usually I also don't have as many moving parts throughout a market, so I think it would just make it a lot easier. Also, I really want to see what they all look like together, just all on a table. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, especially to just see all the colors. I'm a very color oriented person when it comes to plushies. Just as many like bright fun colors as I can see at once is just the goal for me. So ideally the plan would be to market prep in this week's video, and then maybe we could do kind of like a market recap video for next week's video. I don't know, we will have to see. Maybe I'll also combine some like custom orders and things into that video, but let me show you guys all of the inventory that I currently have. So this is the first section of inventory that I have. So these are all of the land turtles that I have for the land turtle dress up pattern. pattern. And then these are all of the shells that I have. So we have a bunch of shells. I mean, we have watermelon, pizza, orange, kiwi, strawberry, pineapple, rose, sunflower, hamburger, daisy, raspberry, strawberry, another rose one, dragon fruit, and then grape. And then of course I also have this blueberry one here. If you're not familiar with this pattern, so it's particularly fun because the leg straps go around each of the legs on the bottom. So you can remove all of the shells. So this is what it looks like without any of the shells. All the shells are interchangeable and removable. So it's just a really fun, like interactive pattern, perfect for markets. Same goes with the ladybug dress up pattern. However, this is the only ladybug that I currently have. So I definitely need to make some more of these, and I also need to make some backs for it. This is pretty much the pattern that started it all. So I made this, and I also made, of course, the land turtle dress up 10-in-1 mod pack. And basically I kind of combined both of those patterns together and got this one. It's so funny how sometimes designing one pattern like inspires you to make another one, and it just kind of steamrolls from there. But that's going to be a big focus because I definitely need to make more of those. I also definitely want to make some more turtles because I feel like this one will be a popular one for the market. I also love this one too. So I was also inspired to do this one by like the whole dress up theme. This is the little snail dress up pattern. So basically the shell is kind of like a little backpack, and then there's a base underneath, but you just remove the cover, and those are all interchangeable. This one was the prototype, so we'll probably do a $1 starting bid for that one. But these are all of the different shell options that I have available. So there's kiwi, watermelon, blueberry, daisy, dragon fruit, strawberry, apple, peach/orange, and then sunflower as well. The plan for this one would definitely be to make a few more snails and then also make some more shells. I'm trying to debate how I'm going to kind of structure the live around these. I'm wondering if for some of them I should have like designated shells that are already pre-selected for that listing. And then maybe for some of them I could let the person decide which ones they wanted. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it because I've never really done anything like this before. But I also want to make sure if I do that, if I do that, then I also need to make sure that I'm keeping track of everybody's selections because I don't want to get anything mixed up. And then moving over here, so this is some more inventory that I have. I have these 3 two-headed dragons still available. Of course, a blue one, a pink one, and a green one. If you are not aware, whoops, my camera's being weird. I released this two-headed dragon pattern not too long ago, and this is what it looks like up close, you guys. It is so cute. The little wings on the back, the spikes. I just love how they diverge back there. And there are the two heads. I had been wanting to design a dragon pattern for so long, but I was trying to decide what the little like niche thing would be, and I decided two-headed dragon was the way to go. So those are kind of like the larger plushies that I have available. I also have a few more that I'll show you guys in a second, but here are the Brontos that I currently have for the Bronto dress up. Definitely want to make some more of these as well. I want to see like a whole row of little Brontos because this pattern is particularly perfect because it also is like a built-in no-sew Brontosaurus pattern, so it works up really quickly. And I want to see what a whole row of them in like all the different rainbow colors would look like. And then here we have all the covers. So this one is currently wearing the daisy one. Then we have dragon fruit, kiwi, watermelon, apple, strawberry, sunflower, blueberry, orange, and then this one over here was the prototype, so I could get the design for the base down. They feature little straps on the bottom, so that's kind of how you fit it on. There's a little cutout for the tail on the back, and then of course the neck hole. So the cover is very customized to the body, so I'm excited to make more of those. Ideally, I would love to have 2 of each variation, or maybe even more, but I mean, I can't get carried away. We'll have to see how much I'm able to get done. And then these are a few of the other plushies that I still have available. So of course we have a sus owl, we have these 2 sus ostriches, and then we also have this sus ostrich. This is kind of these guys like last chance here before I put them up on Etsy. We've been having a lot of sus ostrich drama lately. None of them have found their homes yet, so every morning they just kind of stare at me like this, judging me, wondering when they're going to get to go to their homes. I mean, this one, his face is so funny. So I'll have those available too, and we'll see. This one is not available. This one is going off to somebody else. So that is all of the inventory that I currently have. The Palm Street Live is this Saturday. It is currently Wednesday, so I'm still kind of like down to the wire a little bit. I've been working on the Bronto pattern, so it'll be okay, right? I think we're good on big plushies. Like I think between the sus birds and the dragons, those are probably good. I definitely want to focus my attention on making more of the dress up items. I definitely want to make some Larry the Land Turtles, like the regular size ones. And I also want to make some more Feels Like Bliss items, like fuzzy weighted items, because I feel like those are always like a crowd favorite. They just turn out so cute. So that's kind of where my head is at currently. currently as far as inventory goes. So the goal for today, I'm going to try to feed 2 birds with 1 scone, I think is the saying. It's like the nicer saying, I don't know, it has stuck in my brain. But the goal for today is to make some more Bronto dress ups, and I also want to make the video that's going to go in the pattern. So I'm going to film myself making some of the more difficult parts of the actual body and then also the cover, and then just a few of the like different modifications. Whenever there's like kind of more trickier parts of the pattern, I usually try to include a video as an additional visual assistance element, just because I know a lot of people are visual learners. So I definitely want to include that, especially for the cover, because like I said, the cover is definitely different and it's very, very customized to the actual body. And the method that I used to achieve that, it took a lot of trial and error, and I used some techniques that I've not really ever used before. So I definitely want to make the video on that. So today I'm going to be filming that, and then at the same time, I am also going to be prepping the dinos. So it's kind of a win-win situation. So I'm going to get to work on that, and then I will check back in with you guys. So this is all of the progress that I made yesterday. I really didn't make that much progress on the market prep side of things, but I was very, very productive nonetheless, because last night I was able to finish filming the whole video that would go into the pattern, which usually takes me quite a while to do. And of course, this is the product of that photo. I love this color palette so much, you guys. Just the light blue with the daisy cover. It's just so, so cute. So thankfully we have another dino made, and I also have the seaside one back there. So the goal for today, my big focus for today, is the dress up items. I think I'm going to start with the Brontos because I feel like there might be the most amount of hype about them, either that or the turtles. So I'll do the turtles next. But typically when I have a plushie and the pattern isn't available for it yet, that usually has like a lot of hype around it during the live. So I'm going to make a few more of these and a few more covers. I definitely want to do some more like rainbow colors for the dinos, and then we will move on to making the turtles. And then with whatever time I have left, I'm going to do the snails and the ladybugs. Something else that I would also really like to do today is maybe make like a larger form of a Bronto or a turtle. I don't know, maybe we could use like demi pearl or burnout blanket or even sweet snuggles to make a larger size, because I don't know, I thought that would be really fun. I've always wanted to see what they would look like in that larger yarn size, but I'm going to start by making a few more Brontos in some different colors. I'm thinking red, pink, and then we might do mint as well. So I finished 3 more Brontos, and this is the color palette that I ended up going with. I decided to do 2 pinks. So this is, I believe it's cotton candy and bubblegum. The hot pink one is bubblegum. I thought it would be fun to have 2 pink ones. Also, I won the most extraordinary game of yarn chicken with this one. This is all of the yarn that I had left, and I'm actually not planning on buying cotton candy anymore. I'm going to do ballet pink instead because they're both like very similar colors. So now I can just use the rest of this for blush. And then I also had to make one with mint green, just because whenever I think of a Brontosaurus, for some reason I just think of mint green yarn. And this is what all of the Brontos look like all together. How satisfying. I love the whole like color palette of all of them and how they all look together. I do wish that I could make a lilac one. I think I might make one in like a larger size using Sweet Snuggles light yarn, but these are all of the covers that I currently have. So we have 6 Brontos, and I was thinking that maybe each Bronto could come with 2 covers. That way you would have at least 2 to like switch back and forth between each other. So with that math, we need to have 12 covers total. And this one right here was actually the prototype. So it was just like while I was designing the actual cover itself, so then I could figure out all the modifications. And I was thinking about it, this could actually totally be the blueberry mod. If I just added the frill on the top, it can just be a light blueberry. So I think I'm going to do that so that we can still use this prototype, because this did end up being the exact pattern that I used in the final pattern. I do have another daisy one over on my desk, and I'm thinking, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. I might either make another sunflower one, or I actually might make a red strawberry one, so that way we can have a pink strawberry and then a red strawberry. Same thing with the turtles. I did the math and I have 16 shells back there, so I was thinking if I had 8 turtles, then each one could come with 2 shells. So I just need to make 3 more of these turtles. I still need to make another ladybug, and then I'm gonna do 1 of each back. And then finally, I just need to make a few more snails so that each snail can come with 2 backs as well. One thing that I sometimes struggle with is making the same pattern over and over again, even if it is my own pattern. So yesterday when I was making all of those Brontos, I kind of got a little bit tired with making it. So I started to make a fuzzy weighted chick, and I didn't get very far. I just made the 2 little feet and then the 2 wings as well. But somebody had me make one of these for them last last week. Shout out Taylor, and it was so much fun. I just love the little fuzzy weighted chick. It's just using my cowboy chick pattern, but just without all of the cowboy elements, and you just use it with Feels Like Bliss yarn and a 5mm hook. This is Feels Like Bliss yarn. It's so fluffy and fuzzy and so soft. The only thing is when you're working with it, it's really slippery, so it takes a little bit of practice with it. So I would love to finish this before tomorrow, and then I also want to make another rainbow bee because I feel like everybody loves the rainbow bee every time that I have it. And then maybe also another rainbow mushy boy as well because everybody loved that too. So I realize that's kind of a lot to get done for today, but I'm hoping that I can make a lot of progress today. I don't really have anything else that I need to do today. I already finished everything, so hopefully I can crochet like the wind and at least get done most of those items on my to-do list. Okay, so I just finished the last 3 covers. So of course I just added the daisy petals onto this one. For this one, I was able to just surface crochet the extra round for the blueberry detailing, and it actually turned out a lot better than I was hoping it would. Like, it honestly looks like it was just sewn in there. And then I just finished the red strawberry one as well. So cute. I wanted to fit some of these on here. I thought that the daisy one would look so adorable color-wise with the mint green dragon. Oh my gosh. Yes, you guys, how adorable is that? I love this color palette so much. For the mint green Larry the Land Turtle, I also paired that with the daisy cover. So cute. Let's do now the strawberry one with the light pink. These 2 colors definitely go well together, so I can't wait to see how it looks. Up until this point, I've only made the hot pink strawberry cover. You guys, how cute is that? Oh my gosh. So I think it was, oh gosh, who did it? It was either Micah or Cooper. I can't remember who did it, but one of my testers put the strawberry stem on the top of the little Bronto's head. It just looks so cute. Now I feel like he needs a little hat to go on the top of the head to go with the outfit. And then finally, let's put the little light blueberry cover on the lime green dino. You guys, an icon, so cute. This is actually the first time I've ever made a blueberry cover or like shell or anything in this lighter blue color. I definitely prefer the darker blue color because I think it more so resembles a blueberry, but also this just happened to be the color that I did the prototype in, and despite that, I mean, it still turned out pretty cute. So I don't know, I might do, I don't know, I still need to decide, you guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll pair one back with one and then they'll get to pick the other back. I don't know, let me show you guys here, because the thing that I'm trying to avoid, so if I let everybody choose the 2 that they want, we might run the risk of like the kiwi and the lime green one being the only ones left, or like the light blueberry cover and the light blue dino being the only one left, and like those 2 wouldn't really work together. Same thing for the hot pink strawberry and the hot pink dino. So I'm kind of thinking like maybe I should pair those specific ones up with a dino before we start, and then just have the rest of them available so everybody can pick the ones that they want. That is what I'm thinking currently how this is gonna go. I don't know, I've never done anything like this before, so I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. But anyway, you guys, here are all of our Bronto dress ups and all of their covers. I am so excited, you guys. This lineup, I mean, absolutely adorable. I think the way I'm going to display them, maybe we'll give each dino a cover and then just put the rest out front. But the way that we have it right now, each dino can get 2 covers. Now that our Brontos are done, we can officially move on to the turtles. So these are all of the turtles that I currently have. Like I mentioned before, I have 16 of the shells. So it would make sense if I did 8 turtles. So these are all the turtles that I currently have. I have 2 lime green ones, 1 mint, 1 blue, and then 1 light pink. This one right here is actually the prototype. You can see the body is just slightly smaller, and I actually have 2 prototype shells to go with it. One of the kiwi ones, and then I think one of the traditional ones, which was the first shell that I ever made. So now we are going to make 3 more turtles, and these are the colors that I'm going to do because I don't have a dark green one, so we're going to make that. I want to make another mint green color because I feel like that is a very versatile color that a lot of people will like. And then I am also going to make one in lavender. If you are wondering, oh my gosh, you guys, I still need to order it. I'm being so bad with it. But with this particular pattern, you don't really use that much of the body color, so I figure it's okay for us to go ahead and use some of this. If you don't know, I've been kind of like conserving this a little bit just in case I needed it for pattern designing or things like that. When I went to place my last premiere order, unfortunately, they were sold out of it. It was when they were having their online sale. By the way, did you guys see the prices increase a little bit? I haven't checked it out yet, but I've heard rumors that that the prices have gone up a little bit. Anyway, when I went to place the order last time, it was during the sale and they were completely sold out of the lilac color. So I just need to place another order. So I'm thinking for the turtles, I might do a few like pre-selected ones. So for the light purple turtle, I'll probably pair that preemptively with the grape one because those colors look really good together. Same with maybe like the red strawberry or maybe the raspberry. I might pair those with the pink turtle, and then the daisy cover, I might pair that one with the mint green turtle. I'm so excited to be making more of these turtles. I love this pattern so much, you guys. Oh my gosh. If you have gotten this pattern, the 15-in-1 land turtle dress up pattern, thank you so much for all of your support. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on these little turtles, and then I will check back in with you guys later, and then we will have a full lineup of turtles. I'm so excited. You guys, I think we just finished our turtle collection. I'm so excited to see all 8 turtles together. So I just finished the one. This is the mint green one, of course. This is Parfait Chunky in the shade mint. This one right here is Parfait Chunky in the shade lilac. And then this one right here is Parfait Chunky in the shade emerald. I just love how vibrantly green this color is. And something that I just have to do right now is try the grape shell on to the lavender body because these two colors together just look so cute. So the darker purple is the shade eggplant in Parfait Chunky. I typically don't use eggplant for that many things. It is usually like a contrast color to lilac. However, once I started making these turtle shells, it is the perfect color if you are going to make the grape mod. And that is what it looks like, you guys. How cute. Little grape mini Larry. Absolutely adorable. Now that I have this, I really want to see what the raspberry one looks like on the pink turtle. So I made the raspberry one using Very Berry Parfait Chunky. And of course, if you didn't already know, Very Berry is one of the colors that is being discontinued. You can still get it on Premier's website right now, I believe for like the pack of 3 for I think $10. So it is a pretty good deal. In my last yarn order, I did get another pack of 3 because I figured I would want it at some point. You guys, look how cute. Oh my gosh, I cannot get over it. It is so cute to see these two together. Oh my gosh, wait. And here we have the pineapple. You guys, I'm freaking out right now. How cool is this? I might have to take another picture of all these different turtles and then like put that in the listing photo too, because how iconic would it be to see all of the turtles together in like different color coordinated shells? I do want to show you guys the daisy shell on the mint turtle. Oh yes, the most iconic duo. You guys, how cool is that? They're like two besties. And with the emerald one, I feel like the rose would look pretty stunning because I feel as though the green on the turtle's body kind of emulates the green on the actual rose stem a little bit. So let's see how these two look together. Yeah, that's really pretty. I love this shell so much. There's just like so much detail that goes into it. There's so many petals and everything. And both of these colors are really vibrant. So like I said, this is emerald and then this is cardinal. That's pretty much like the exclusive red color that I use. I think it's actually the only red Parfait Chunky color I've ever used. There's either 2 or 3 more, I can't remember. And here is my entire collection of little Larrys with their removable shells, you guys. They are stunning. I am so excited. I kind of went ahead and like paired some different shells that I think would look good color-wise. I don't know. I'll still have to see like what we're going to do, if I'm going to like preemptively pair them or if I'm going to let them choose the shells. I really would like to let people choose the shells, but I'll have to think about how it's going to work. And I also realized I must have definitely miscounted because there are actually 19 shells here. I thought that there were only 16. I have no idea how that happened, but there are 3 extra ones back here. So if I have time, I will make another turtle so that'll take care of 2 of the others, and then maybe one will just come with 3 shells. And if not, then I'll just sprinkle those 3 into 3 of the other ones. So 3 of them would come with 3 shells. Apparently counting is not my strong suit, but oh my gosh, seeing them all together. I'm so excited to see them all on the table together finally. These guys along with the Brontos. So still left on the to-do list are the ladybugs and the snails in terms of like the dress up. However, I kind of want to take a little bit of a break from Parfait Chunky just because of course the Brontos and the turtles are made using Parfait Chunky. And I think I want to take this opportunity ready to finish making my fuzzy weighted chick. It depends on how it goes, because Feels Like Bliss is a yarn that I always will need a break from at some point, just because, like I said, it is so slippery. So we'll see how I feel. I'm gonna finish this first, and then we'll see. Maybe I'll move on to making the rainbow bee and the rainbow mushy boy. If not, I will switch gears again and I'll go back to making the snails and the ladybugs. But it is currently 5 o'clock, nearly on the dot right now, so I'm making pretty good time. The live is tomorrow, so for the rest of this evening I'm going to work on those like last minute things. If I do have additional time, I would love to make a jumbo version of either the mini Larry or the mini Bronto, or a regular size Larry, because I love Larry so much. That is just one of my favorites, and I would love to have a Larry there as well. So I'm just gonna crochet for the rest of the night, which is gonna be a lot of fun, and then in the morning I will update you guys on my progress. Alrighty guys, I'm so excited. Today is market day. I got so much done last night that I'm really excited to share with you. And then also you will notice behind me that we have the table set up. So I'm going to show you this last little bit of my inventory, and then we will set up the table together. Like I said, I have never done this before. I've never like set up the table for my Palm Street Lives, I don't think, ever before, but it just makes so much sense to do it this way, especially since for most of the listings, everybody for like the dress up ones is going to be choosing which of the covers or the shells they want, and it'll just make it a lot easier seeing all of the different options out on the table and everything. So first thing I finished yesterday was the fuzzy weighted chick, you guys. So cute. So as always, the whole bottom here is completely filled with weighted pellets, and we have some polyfill on the top there. He's got his cute little like head feathers, and then of course, as always, gave him the little beak blush and the eye detailing under there. That is almost the only Feels Like Bliss thing I have for today. I also finished the 2 snails. So I made one with the blue yarn and then one with the, I think this is Parfait Chunky in the shade Shell. So now I have 4 of the finalized snails and then 1 prototype one. So I'll show those all to you guys once we have the table set up, and I'll like kind of let you know my plan for that. Then I have also finished the 2 ladybugs, and I made 1 back each. So this mint green one, look at that little face. That's so cute. I love the little smiles on these guys. So this one here is going to come with the sunflower one and then also the daisy one. So those of course are removable, interchangeable. And then the other one that I did was the pink one. I decided to do the very berry for the shell because I just thought it looked cute. And I also embroidered it, like instead of using black spots, I used white spots. It kind of reminded me of Valentine's Day for some reason. I don't know. It's June. I don't know what I'm thinking. But we have this one, and then with it we're also going to be doing the rose, which the rose one, I just love it so much. There's so much detail that goes into it. And something else really fun that happened. So we do have over 100 bookmarks for this live, and whenever we do that, I always try to do like some $1 starting bids and some giveaways. So I have 2 fuzzy bees here. So we have just a plain like yellow and a black one, and then also a pink and black one. So these are both going to be a giveaway. This one is going to be a giveaway for like everybody who's made an order. So if you purchase a physical item, your name will go into the bucket. And then this one is just going to be kind of like a free-for-all giveaway. So anybody in attendance is able to win this guy. And that is everything, you guys. I think I did pretty good, honestly. Normally before a live, I have a lot more things on my to-do list that I didn't get done. And I feel like this time I really kind of like checked off most of the boxes. The only things that I really wanted to make that I didn't get a chance to make was the rainbow fuzzy weighted bee and then also the mushy boy. I really wish I would have had time to make those, but I had to prioritize making these for the giveaway. And also it's 2:30 right now, so it starts in a half hour, so I definitely do not have time, but I'll try to have those for next time. But anyway, you guys, let us set up the booth back here. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at them all. They look amazing. I'm so excited. It's so colorful. Okay, so let me give you just a little bit of a tour of the booth that we have here. So up here, this is the Bronto dress up station featuring 2 of our 2-headed dragons back there. I was feeling kind of like a blue mint green vibe up there, but we have all 6 of our Brontos, and then these are all the different choices for the covers. I decided with the Bronto to just let everybody choose whatever covers they wanted to. so that is like totally open. I also put the little fussy weighted chick here. We have our 2 bees down here, and then here are all of the snails. So this is all of them all together. I'm really liking kind of like the pastel vibe of all of them. And then of course here are all of the shells all in front. Same thing with the Brontos. Everybody will be able to select whichever shell they want. So each snail will get 2 shells, and that's including the prototype as well. So I'll do the prototype one last. That'll be a $1 starting bid. And then we also have the 2 ladybugs. Those already have like their assigned backs that go with them. So those will just be like set listings. Over here, one of my favorites, we have the land turtle dress up station. So for this one, all of the like shells that they're all wearing, I have permanently paired them with those. So for example, if you get that purple turtle, it comes with the grape one. And then for all of them, the person will be able to select whatever shell they want to. And for 3 of them, they'll actually be able to select 2 shells. Since, like I said, I miscounted and I actually had more shells than I had turtles, so it'll work out fine that way. And then over there is the prototype. So that one's going to come with the kiwi, and I'm going to run that one last for another $1 starting bid. And then basically whichever shell is left over will go to that one. Except if it's like down to kiwi, I won't do 2 kiwis, if that makes sense. I'll like split it the other way. And then I put a few more sus birds over here. These are just going to be buy now options. They're just kind of like judging us in the corner there. But yeah, you guys, this is what the table is looking like. I am so excited. Normally when I do Palm Street Lives, I usually keep the camera in one place and just kind of like bring the items in front of it to show them off, but I think this time I'm probably going to be moving the camera around a lot, especially since they are going to be selecting which shells they want. So I'm going to be like picking it up, putting it down, all of that. So I think the table this time was definitely a good way to go. So one last look here at our full table. I moved my chair out of the way so it's in the corner over there, so I'm just kind of kneeling on the ground right now. But it is about time for the live, so I will check back in with you guys once it's over just to go over a little bit about the live, let you know how it went. I need to get myself a piece of paper, so I'm making sure that I'm writing down the like cover and shell selections for everybody, so I make sure that I don't mix any of them up. And I also need to go get my little bucket so that I can put people's names in the bucket so we can draw that at the very end. But yeah, so excited. I feel like this has been one of my most successful market preps, especially in like recent past, because I was able to get done a lot of the things that I wanted to do, and this is pretty much what I was going for, so I'm super excited, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. And this is what it looks like after the live, you guys. Oh my gosh, it looks so crazy. So I do have a bunch of plushies over there. I tried to kind of like organize everything in the packing corner, especially so I could group together like all the different covers that everybody chose. And then some of the items I just put back on the table because they didn't need to be over there, but it's kind of crazy how different it looks. The only items that did not sell during the live, you guys, here, of course, you can see we have the sus bird corner. So surprisingly, actually, I'll tell you guys about this one in a little bit, but we do still have these 2 sus ostriches and then also our little sus owl here. They live to see another day in the LA Crochet studio. And then here are all of these plushies over here. I also try to like group them together by order. I also think that the Brontos look really funny. So like I said, they were able to choose 2 covers for each Bronto, so I put them each on their necks and I thought they looked really funny. Kind of looks like when you play dress up as a kid and you put on like 14 scarves. I wasn't initially planning on going over the results and things like that, but then I remembered normally when I do these videos and I don't include that, there's usually comments of people saying that they wish that I had included it. So let's briefly go over kind of like the numbers and things like that, since I know some people find that fun. So this live was very different than what I normally do. Typically, I kind of have 1 item of each, maybe 2 or 3. It's usually very heavily dependent on the patterns that I'm writing at that time, because typically the majority of my inventory is made up of the patterns that I'm writing, since that's pretty much what I spend the majority of my time doing these days. So this one was different in that I really only had like 6 different types of items, and it was so heavily based on the different covers and everything. But I really did have fun with it, and I think everybody else did too, getting to choose like like the different covers or the shells associated with the different animals. I also did really like the table. I think that this worked really, really well given the inventory that I had for this market. It was also kind of weird for me though, because I kept like moving the camera to show everybody the table and then bringing it back. Normally the camera just stays still, so it was kind of different. Somebody was like, it feels like we're on a roller coaster ride. But the live was absolutely amazing. If you're watching this and you came to the live, thank you so much for coming and all of your support and for hanging out with me. I am so excited that all of these plushies, except for the sus birds, found their homes. So let's go over some of the results. So during this live, we had a total of 30 items sell, and I actually kind of did a little breakdown of them. So for the snails, of course, we had 4 different snails, and then we also had the prototype snail. So the price range that these ones sold at were $18 to $26. And actually kind of a funny story with this one. So I had priced them at $22, but then of course the prototype was $1 starting bid. So a few of them sold for like the original $22. One went over to $26, and I did the $1 starting bid for the prototype, and that one went to $22. And I was like, oh, okay, well, since it went to like the original price, let me do the next one for $1 starting bid too, just because I thought it would be fun. And then that one also went to $22. So then I had one left, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this one at a $1 starting bid, and that one went to $18. So I thought that was just kind of like a little funny thing that happened, but I'm happy to report that all of the little snails found their homes. Next, we had the 2 ladybugs. So of course there was the mint one with the daisy, and it also came with the sunflower cover, and then there was the pink one with the traditional and the rose. So this one with the 2 backs sold for $18, and then the other one actually sold for $36. I think it had something to do with the colors. I think just having like the very berry traditional back was really fun, and then also embroidering the white spots on the back, because I've never made a ladybug like that before, so I think those colors and everything kind of helped it to stand out a little bit. I have to say, you guys, I think that the little fuzzy weighted chick was probably the MVP of this market, just because of vibes, just purely based off vibes. Like, okay, so at the end of my lives, I always ask everybody, so what are some plushies that you want to see next time when we do the next live? And somebody said fuzzy weighted chick, and then somebody else was like, oh, I want one too. So I wrote ×2 next to it. So hopefully I'll be able to make 2 more of these guys for next time. But for this time, this was the only one that I was able to make, and he sold for $39, but everybody just loved him so much, you guys. I was trying to think about what the theme of my next market would be, and I'm thinking probably fuzzy weighted items would be really fun. I also want to make a lot more turtles, so maybe I'll be able to kind of like mix those 2 ideas together. Normally at the time I'm doing a live, I've already scheduled the next live, but this time I haven't done that yet because I do need to restock my marketplace booth, so I think I might take some of my free time this month to be able to do that. And then I would love to be able to build up a lot of inventory for the next Palm Street live, so I'm able to make maybe a lot of turtles or those feels like bliss items that everybody was talking about. So the next group that we have here, of course, are the dress up Brontos. I loved this one like this. I thought it just looked really funny. So this was one of the color combos that they chose, and I love these 2 together. The daisy with the dark blue, and then also the red of the apple is really cute. So the Brontos went over really well. All of them sold, all 6 of them, and the price range for these ones were $26 to $39. I actually can't remember which one went for $39. Oh, okay, so the one that went for $39 was actually the hot pink Bronto, and that one, I think it's just because of like the Ally Crochet lore with like the angry pink dino drama. I really think that's the only reason. I typically like to look at like, oh, hey, why did this one go for so high? So then I can like make more of them in the future, because that tells me that a lot of people wanted it. So I'm probably gonna have to make some more hot pink no-sew Brontos for the next one as well. Oh my gosh, there is a frog on, oh my gosh, there's a frog on the screen and he's moving. Wait, he's on the window. Hold on, let me see if I can show you guys. What is up, my guy? Oh my gosh, he's really moving. Look at him go, you guys. I feel blessed right now. I have been blessed with the presence of this cool little froggy. I swear he was not there a second ago. I literally just noticed him when I turned back around. He really does look like he's on a mission right now. Oh, where did you go? I don't know where you went. Oh my gosh, no! I could cannot believe I just caught that on camera. That was hilarious. Anyway, what were we even talking about? Okay, so the next item that I had, of course, were the 3 two-headed dragons. And with this one, this was definitely the highest priced item that I had because it's also the largest and most detailed item. So I really did not expect for all 3 of them to sell, but I was so surprised, you guys. They did all sell, which absolutely blew my mind. I thought that was so crazy. So the price range for these ones, they sold for $42 to $45, which I think is really good for these guys. There's lots of detailing, but they're also relatively no-so. So for the size and detail of them, they do work up relatively quickly. And of course, next we had probably, if there was another MVP, I would say the turtles. I would say everybody was probably most excited for the land turtle dress up part. So these guys, I'm happy to report again that all 8 of them sold, and the price range for this one was $24 to $39. So for the ones that had the 2 shells included, I did those for $24, and then the ones that had 3, I started those at $28 because I think I was thinking like $4 per shell basically. And the one that was $39 was actually this one, so the lime green one with the pineapple. And I will say this is the OG land turtle. Like, this is the one included in all of the pattern photos and everything. So I'm not quite sure if that had something to do with it or also just the pineapple, because I do know people have told me very frequently that the pineapple is one of their favorites. Just the texture of it, it's just a lot of fun. So that might have also had something to do with it. Oh no, what's happening? No! I told you guys that I was going to let you know what happened with this fella. So actually during the live, so as you can see, I have 3 sus ostriches left and a sus owl, and none of them sold during the live. And then Nancy, shout out Nancy, sent me a message afterwards. So Nancy, I would say, is a sus bird connoisseur. She's a lover of the sus birds because she has several of these sus owls, and after the live she sent me a message and was like, yeah, I think I want the gray ostrich. So thank you so much, Nancy. This little guy is finding his home. The other ones are a little jealous, I have to say. I mean, look at the owl especially. He looks like he's having a pretty bad day. I was joking during the live that they might have to go on the E-word website. That's just because I was on Palm Tree though. Somebody told me that you're not supposed to say the name of other platforms on another platform, which I've never heard of that before. I thought that was kind of strange, but I don't know. And then of course we did the giveaway for the 2 fuzzy bees. So I believe Shifted Cryptid won this one. This was just like the open one. And then you guys, Consuelo won the other one, which is super fun. It is totally by chance, of course, because all of the names are thrown into my little Disney popcorn bucket here. And not this past one, but the live before that, Consuelo also won that one. So I told her maybe she should consider, you know, getting a lottery ticket or something. Though somehow I do think that the odds of winning this might be just slightly better than playing the lottery. And then on top of that, we did also sell 4 crochet patterns. So we sold 1 ladybug dress up pattern, 1 fruit hat ducky pattern, which I was kind of surprised about just because it's been a really long time since I've written that pattern. But also we were really talking about like doing dress up stations at markets and like mixing and matching and things. And really the fruit hat ducky pattern was the pattern that kind of started it all with that. So that might be why that happened. And then we also did sell 2 of the 15-in-1 land turtle dress up bundle patterns. So like I said, there were a total of 30 orders. We went live for a little over 2 hours. I was just yapping a ton. So let's do some math here. It says in total sales, we did $888.96, which is really good. Like, it totally blows my mind. And then on top of that, we have to add another $531 and $1525. So that's like the cash back program that they have. I believe that has to do with like if you go live on certain days, they do like maker markets and things like that. So as long as you're selling handmade items, then I think it applies to that. But then we have to subtract $61.32 for the selling fees. And then we also have to subtract $37.39 for the third-party processing fee. And that brings us to $810.81. But but then we also need to subtract another $114 for shipping. So included in that original like 800 number is the shipping. So we always want to make sure that we subtract that, and then we are left with nearly 700. So it's $696.81, which completely blows my mind, you guys. So crazy. Of course, keeping in mind we also do need to factor in some of the other shipping costs like the boxes, the tissue paper, the cards and things like that, the tags that go into it, but like roughly about 700, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much if you came. It was such an exciting market. I loved doing this whole different theme. I loved mixing it up a little bit. I believe, like I said, I already know what I would love to do for the next one, so stay tuned for that. By not scheduling it, I think I'm kind of giving myself a more free chance, I guess, to make more items for it and really build up inventory, so that way I don't feel like I'm under like this constant time crunch with it. But I love doing these. They're just so much fun, especially since the majority of what I do are my own patterns, so it's just absolutely incredible. And with that, you guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching and for coming along for this super fun market prep vlog that really kind of also turned into a market recap video, and we got to see a super fun frog grace us with his presence. As always, if you're crocheting while watching this video, let all of us know what you're making in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!